Okay. Oh, we've got a little swirly symbol. Oh. Think it's working. Good evening, all. I hope you're with us. I hope that that's now working. We've had a little techie problem for the last couple of minutes. You know us, we like to start early, just in case of an issue. And for some reason today, it wasn't doing what it should do. But I think we've kind of made it on time, so that's kind of good. So if you're with us, as always, please let us know that you are here and that you're with us and that you can hear us. I think the equipment's had a break over the Christmas period, and a bit like me, they're a little bit rusty. So if it's here and working, please let us know, because it would be lovely to know that you can hear us and that you can see us. So this evening you have got myself and Peter. Peter is with us as usual. I warn you now, I've moved the camera today, so he's not like 7 miles away. He's like proper close.
They're not going to want to see me
hello,
close,
Peter.
are they? Hi, everyone. How are you
Do
all
you know
doing?
when I was setting
okay?
this up, when I was putting it here, I decided it looked a little bit like we was in a hostage video. And you should like have a little sign that says, "Please rescue me" or something.
We'd say that daily. I'm not comfortable with this camera on me. Feel free to take it away anytime you want.
We're about to be, don't panic. But he does a little bit, doesn't it? I think I watch far too much crime TV and too many dramas. So let's have a little look. Who's with us this evening? We have got Kim with us this evening. Good evening, Kim. Lovely to have you with us. Glad that you can hear us. That is lovely to know. Lynn is here with us too. Lynn might pay your ransom.
Would she?
I don't know.
Lynn, would you pay me ransom?
Depends what it is, maybe. Maybe if it was like a cream egg.
Or 2.
2 cream eggs? Okay, we'll see. So, okay, mostly importantly, of course, how are we all? Did we have a good Christmas, and have we celebrated the new year arrival in style? What have we been up to? How did it all go? Tell us in the comments. We have very little to talk about this evening, to be honest, or to do. We do have a new release coming very soon, but it is on the next one of these that we will introduce that to you. So we've got a little while of sort of just playing really this evening. So we've got a couple of demos set up to do, but as always, if you've got any questions, any products you would like to know more about, or you'd like to see in action, or you want to ask measurements, or you want to see some samples to go with, or anything else, if we can do it, we'll certainly help with that if we can. So yeah, please jump in and let us know. As always, these shows are about you really, and what we can do to back up your creativity and to help inspire you. So as I say, I've got a few demos and we'll have a play with those. There will be a competition tonight to win whatever we make. I'm not promising we're going to make loads, but we'll make a couple of bits, I'm sure. And our competition this evening is, we would like to know, what was your favourite Christmas present you received this year? Now, this can be a silly answer, it can be a sentimental answer, it can be a honest answer or a silly answer, it doesn't matter. But what did you get for Christmas that you want to confess to? Tell us in the comments, and Pete will pick one lucky winner to win whatever we make. And I did see a comment the other day, and I can't remember where it was, but somebody said something about living in America and they didn't enter because they was worried that they wouldn't get the prize. You get it anywhere in the world. We're not mean. We will post whatever we make to wherever you are. So wherever you're watching from, come on, join in and tell us your favourite Christmas present. And if you don't, yeah, let's stick with that. We can stick with that. I'm trying to think if there was anyone who might not have celebrated Christmas and might not have got a Christmas present. But if you didn't get a Christmas present, if you don't celebrate Christmas, tell us your favourite birthday present that you received recently, just to make sure that everybody can take part from wherever we are and whatever we sort of believe in or celebrate, because that's important, isn't it? So let's have a little look. And while we're on that subject, they're sending cards all around the world bit. I know of at least one of our winners. Judy was in Colorado, always in Colorado. So yeah, we do literally send them wherever. Doesn't matter. So just join in, play along, have a laugh, join in with us. So we've got lots of hellos, and I'm doing terrible. I'm well out of sync of doing this, so please forgive me. Lynn says she will give you 3 cream eggs.
Oh, I say that.
I think it's possibly worth putting you up for ransom if I'm going to get 3 cream eggs. If one of them's a white cream egg,
are they white or are they normal?
Then we are up for this, Lynn. We could well and truly play this game. Evening, Sharon. Lovely to have you with us. Evening, Wendy. Lovely to see you're here with us as well. Fran. Evening, Andrew. I hope your stencil has arrived and that you've got some use out of that over Christmas. Evening, Angie. Evening, Nancy. Evening, Angela. Hello, Kim. Evening, Jane and April. It's 1:04 in the morning here. Oh, April, go to bed, honestly.
Oh, afternoon that'll be.
Oh, is it? Oh, good.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
reading the time.
America,
Oh,
April,
good.
aren't you?
Afternoon, we're possibly tolerable, but 1 a.m., no, it's not worth it. Go to bed. Let's have a little look. Kim, we don't do Christmas presents, but my misters and clear paste arrived today, so that is my present to myself. Oh, that's lovely. We don't really do presents. Me and Pete, I can't remember the last time we bought each other presents. It's been a long time. I don't know why. We should. We're kind of lucky that we kind of have presents throughout the year, really, don't we? If you're wondering what I'm looking for now, I've literally lost all of the kits we're going to do this evening. Slight problem. It's all right, found them. They're in the drawer. They should be in the drawer, but I thought they was over there. They're not. So, yeah, just because you don't want to listen to me waffle about Christmas forever. So Lynn got a gnome organiser from Wendy. Oh, that's lovely. Wendy and Lynn are both on our design team, of course. So is Sharon and so is Ian. I've got a few cards that I might share with you this evening if I remember. So remind me when I forget that they have created for our brand new inspiration, should we say? I don't know. I haven't planned the words for that. I am genuinely a bit rusty, a bit full of eggnog. Not that I drink eggnog. But we've started.
Have you been drinking today?
Haven't been drinking.
I've been at work.
It's been a really long day. We're
I've
going
left
off
him
on another
alone.
tangent.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, he has left me alone today. I've been at home all on mine, and I have been building shelving and cleaning out the room. I won't show you because you'd just laugh at them because they're ridiculous. But we've been building shelving and sorting out all the samples and regrouping them, desperately trying to get prepared for this year because there's so much I don't. And Pete coming quite late, and we haven't really chatted, so I don't know what I'm allowed to tell you this evening or not. So I'm just going to tell you bits until I get yelled at. So, well, I feel this is kind of important. So there are 2 releases coming your way in January, and there's a lot going on here to make them happen and to up the ante and bring you, because we've been doing one collection a month, haven't we, since we launched in June. January is going to be our first month that we bring you 2 completely different releases. There will be shows to go along with both of them. There will, of course, be lives. There will be introductions to them. There's lots going on from the design team too. And what they've been making is honestly incredible. It's a bit of a last minute decision that we would do 2 releases during January. And in last minute, I mean, I think we decided about halfway through December. So it's quite late coming. What else can I tell you? So our shows on Highlight Crafts are going to be longer. We're going to be with Highlight Crafts on Fridays and Saturdays, and we're bringing you 2 hours on each day. So where we started with Highlight Crafts doing 2 hours once a month, I think, weren't it? I don't know.
Yes.
It's all
a
a blur
isn't
now. No memory. But I think we started with 2 hours once a month, or certainly when we went up, we did 2 hours. We will now be doing 4 hours twice monthly for January. So there's lots to come your way this month. So yeah, we're trying to, behind the scenes, get everything ready to make that happen. Because if you know, we're only a very small team, as in like there's a handful of us. So it's kind of a lot of work. But the 2 releases we're bringing you, they're going to be really, really cool. And yeah, I'm really excited about bringing them to you. The design team, and I can see that Lynn is in the comments. I'm waffling far too much than I should be. But Lynn is in the comments telling you it's her favourite collection yet. That's the first one that we're bringing out. I'm going to say, actually, I think the second one is probably my favourite collection, but I feel like we're getting into the realms of teasing you too far. So I'm not going to do that because that's not fair. So our first collection will launch on Highlight Crafts on the 17th of January, and I'm looking at Pete, which is very rude, but I'm hoping he's going to nod like a sort of frantic nod up because I think
it's the 17th.
I think it's the 17th.
Is it? I trust you more than
me.
me.
Have a little check for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
17th
so
and 18th.
Friday the 17th of January
So he
will
knows
be the
what's going on.
first launch. It will be exclusive to Highlight Crafts. I haven't yet set up with them what we're going to do on what days, but we will be there for the 2 days on the 17th to the 18th. There'll be 2 hours on each day. We will bring you lots of inspiration from the new collection. It's a big collection. You'll need a bit of inspiration. You'll enjoy that, hopefully. And then there'll also be another collection thrown in somewhere. I don't know what collection that's going to be yet, but we'll revisit a collection while we're there for the 4 hours, I'm sure. So launching sneaky peeks for you guys. So that's going to move as well. This really isn't a pre-planned evening of conversation, so I'm all over the place. Our lives, so our Thursday night natters will now be becoming a Monday night natter. So our first Monday night natter will be on the 13th. Well, that's easy to remember, isn't it? Terrible day, the 13th. So 13th on the Monday, and that will be our next live. So we're going to skip next week. We'll be back on the 13th, just so you're not sick of us. You don't want to watch me waffle this badly twice that quickly. So we'll be back on the 13th of January with a brand new sneaky peek. Then you'll be able to purchase it on Highlight Crafts as of the Friday, and then it will come out to all of the stockists on the Monday, which I think is the 20th by memory.
Yes.
The 20th. And then we will stick with our Monday night natters thereafter, because we will be going back to Highlight every 2 weeks, and the Thursday nights we'll be driving from Great Yarmouth all the way to Clay Cross. So, and getting ready, because of, I don't know, you know, and I really am waffling now, but when we go up to do the shows, we are up from about 5:30. We're in the studios, or I'm in the studios from about 7ish, and then we go live normally at about 9. Obviously that varies, but that's how it tends to work. And Clay Cross is about 3.5 hours from where we live. So that's why we have to go up on Thursday night, hence why our Thursday night natters are becoming a Monday night natter. But that's all good, isn't it? It'd be nice to have a change. New year, new change. So, is there anything else I should tell them that I haven't yet told them? That I can tell them?
About subject for the January release.
Oh no, Peter. No, we're not doing that. No.
I'm sure they'd want
Behave
to
at the
know.
end there. Behave, honestly. There's me desperately trying to be like, oh, really like,
Oh, there'll be a
low
bombshell
key.
come later.
We'll probably tell them something soon, I'm sure. But we can't tell you everything.
No.
How are we doing for comments? Because before we start this, let me just check I haven't missed anybody. Oh, I believe Kim's got 2 magnetic storage wallets to tidy her ever-increasing dye stash. Very nice, very handy, very needed. It all moves when I do that. Zaina says, how very exciting. Yeah, I think we're really in for an exciting year this year. Yeah, and I know I've said this for sort of 6 months, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes, isn't there, Pete? There's a lot we're working on, and a lot we're trying to do, and a lot we're trying to make happen quite quickly. So yeah, there's loads of stuff coming. We're very excited about what's coming up this year. Kim says, is it hearts? It's not hearts. No, so I'm telling you what it isn't more than what I'm telling you it is. Oh, and that's not good. Hearts. No, we haven't gone down the heart route yet. We may be later in the year. It is something that's on my schedule, maybe a wedding-y collection or something along them lines. Now, I know, of course, it's Valentine's Day coming up in February. Now, here I go with a little hint. It might help you for Valentine's Day, but it's not Valentine's related. But maybe later in the year we might do a wedding collection, and then we'll have stuff for a Valentine's collection or a Valentine's release. Maybe. I don't know. We haven't got that far. We'll see. Lynn's laughing. I'm going to stop talking. We're going to do some work because I'll tell you everything. You know me. Can't keep a secret for toffee. So let's actually do something, shall we, before I tell you everything. So Kim, and I can't remember what Kim it was, so forgive me. And I can't even find your comment, Kim. It came up on my phone earlier today while I was cleaning the room. And it was, all I see, it flashed up something about metallic inks and can you show me how to use metallic inks? And I thought, oh, I can, because I've got a demo for that already. So we'll do a bit of playing with metallic inks. If this isn't what you want to know, then let me know and we will play again. Sorry, I've looked distracted, don't I? I've just realised that my camera's upside down. Why is my camera upside down? We're literally upside down, aren't we? Honestly, I was playing with this earlier. Oh, wait there. I think, I'm flipping Pete round. That's quite freaky.
Dear.
Didn't know.
Oh, I weren't ready for being on display.
Pete can do a little jig. Okay, we've where else should you be? You should be there. Wrong camera. Sorry guys. Honestly, it's terrible, isn't it? You just can't get the techie staff. And this is my fault. I moved the cameras today, Pete. I tried to change them.
I've noticed.
Oh, wait there. Is it up? Down. Down. Hey. There we go. Yay. That was quicker than I expected. Oh dear. Can you see the little menu? Let's get rid of that. We don't. There we go. Sorry about that. So we're up the right way now. Honestly, it's not good, is it? Technology and us. This is why when you go to a studio, there are people there that can help you. It's a lot better than me being left on my own devices. So we'll start off then for Kim with a little bit of metallic inkness, just so we can see how these are going to work. Because if you've not seen these before, or you've not seen us play with these, the metallic inks are really, really lovely. There are 5 colours currently in the collection.
had to have a think then,
I
didn't
did.
you?
I had to count them. Literally, I had to count them. They're here on my little desk. I had to count them.
You
There are
only had
5
about 2
colours.
days off at Christmas.
Pardon?
You only had about 2
I
days off
don't
at
know if
Christmas.
it's Christmas that's the problem. I think it's just me. Honestly, falling apart, Pete. It's been a long week. So there are 5 colours, and there will be more to these. I promise. I can't remember when, but there will be more. They are on order already, en route, but there will be more to go with these. Metallic inks are great because there's lots we can do with them. They show up on black card brilliantly. There's a lot of techniques we can do with these. They are water reactive in the sense that we can mist this with water and we can pick it up, which is what we're going to do with them. We can also paint with them, which I'm going to show you. You can stamp with them. You can brush them over embossed card. You can use them on black card. That looks really lovely as well. They're also alcohol marker friendly, which is something I never ever imagined I would be able to tell you for a metallic ink, but I have one here I've already stamped. If I bring in the lightest colour I can find, and we go over this with our light sort of dusky pink, you'll see that there's no bleeding at all, which always really amazes me because I would imagine that that would pick up and sort of transfer. They are also pigmented, so you can heat emboss them if you wish to. What we're going to do is we're going to take one of our foiled inkable frames. This is our gold circles. We do these in gold and silver in circles and gold and silver in squares, and they come in, I believe, packs of 5 tens. Packs of tens. Packs of tens. They're tens, I can see
Neither
them.
of us know
We're
what we're doing,
safe.
do we?
No. And then all we're going to do is take this and place it down and pick it up over the top of the ink. Now, where the foiled areas are, it's going to resist, basically, the colour in which we're going over with, because of the foil will stay foily and resist the ink. Now, you can keep digging back into this and keep picking up as much or as little as you want to. We'll add in a bit more water just so we can complete our sheet. You can mix them about. You could add in a few more colours if you would like to. You could add in other products if you wanted to. But actually, I think that's looking kind of cool. And that completes our sort of marbled-esque background. Now, the gold is a bit heavy in this, but I actually quite like the fact the gold is quite heavy because it's going to match in with the gold frame. Now, obviously, this is wet and we can do more with it. So if you do find like here, that's a bit heavy and you want to dilute it down, it's still moving. We can go in and activate that and take that down a notch if we want to. Or, of course, we can go back in and pick up some other colours to sit over the top of it. Something else you might not expect with these is they layer quite nicely, which works quite well. We would then leave this off to one side to dry, and then we would bring it in and we would do some cutting from it. Now we're going to move those out of the way for the second, and we're going to move that out of the way for the second, and we're going to bring in one that I have already cut. Now with this one, I've brought in our tile die, which of course tie in with the tile stamps that we'll be looking at shortly. So I've actually gone down a size to the stamped image we're going to be working with. I've gone for this size of the die and sent it through to cut out and create my aperture. The one that actually coordinates with the stamps is this one here, and then that would go over the top and actually cut out that stamped image if that's something you would like to do. But we're not going to cut that out. We're going to go for a smaller window and we're going to work with that part. But I do want to show you these stamping as well, because it's not always common that with metallic inks we can stamp with them. They don't always go very crisp. They can be quite blurry and a bit pitty. These ones are actually really lovely to stamp with, so we'll do a little bit of stamping as well while we're at it. Now I can see, let's have a little look. Lynn loves the inks. That's lovely to hear. I love the inks. I've played with these so much. Let's have a little look. Sharon, those are the best metallic inks I've ever used in 23 years of crafting, and I'm not just saying that as a design team member. I was about to say that Lynn and Sharon sound a little bit biased, but it's lovely, and I do believe they would absolutely tell you the truth. If they didn't like something, they wouldn't say that they like it. We don't bribe them enough for that at all. Good evening, Gay. Lovely to have you with us. Is that standard cardstock or watercolour? Fran asks. This is just standard uncoated cardstock that we're working on with these. So they come as you see them, already foiled, and they are on just standard card, basically standard white card. So no watercolour necessary. You certainly could do that technique on watercolour card if you would like to, but you don't have to be working on watercolour card if you don't wish. So we're going to bring in the happy birthday tile stamp. Now, I am sure you have seen this collection before, but if you haven't, just in case you're new to our ramblings here, this is our tile collection. So there are 3 different tile stamp sets. There's a birthday one, an ornate pattern one, and a butterfly one. And then they all match up with a die set to go in and cut them out. And then they also have the first pattern die to go with them as well, and that's our lovely butterfly here. So you can see if I just take off the main part, let's take off the edge. So if we can get to this one, there we go. So if we take that main part, you've then got the same style aperture, the same tile shape trimmed out of the center, so that you can build this up on top if you want to, or you can, like we are in this demo, sink one underneath if that's the effect you would like to create and have that as an aperture instead. And you've also got a trellis or a lattice that matches to go in the middle if you prefer. And you've also got 4 matching corners that go in with that set as well. So lots to play with between these, lots of variations in how you can use them. And I know I sound a bit like a broken record, but this year, later this year, we will bring out more to go with this collection, as in the tile elements, because I feel that we need to up the ante a bit. We started with 3 stamps, but we're going to have to do some more stamps because we don't want you having just a die that only has 3 elements to go with it or covers 3 topics. The topics they cover are great, but I feel there's more topics that we need to cover too. So there will be definitely more to go with the tile set later in the year. So I've just dug into 3 of these colours. We've done some sea breeze blue, silver lining and royal purple. And we're going to add just a little droplet of water to each of them areas, pick up a bit of the gold as well. And we're just working on one of our blending mats, but we'll go into the blue and we'll pick a small amount of that out. And all we're going to do is just paint in with these. So again, you're going to notice if we go over the lines that there's no blend from where we've stamped that. They are quick drying, although they're pigmented. I don't know how the science of that works, but they are. So if you wanted to heat emboss them, you can do. But actually, when we come to painting over the top of them, they don't blend or sort of form or run into our painting either, which is really kind of cool actually. So we'll just do a couple of these because we don't need to do loads of them. So we'll do a gold balloon, a lilac balloon and a blue balloon. And something else as well with these, and I know that we are bringing you more colours, but actually you can mix these really nicely. So if we took some of the blue and some of the gold and mix that together, we will end up with a kind of minty green colour, which works quite nicely. So don't just treat them as the colours you see, think about your mixing and your ability to take them off and create new colours with them as well. Now bring that up so you can see it slightly better. So you can see that green, the gold, the purple and the blue, and it's the blue one that I've done over the line, so you can see that the gold hasn't blurred or fizzled into that at all. It's still kind of crisp, which is what we wanted. So I'm not going to do all of that because that would be boring. You don't want to watch that. So we're going to bring in this panel and we're going to find where we're matching. Now, does that fit? I'm trying to remember my kits now, that's right. So we're going to take off our tape from around the edges of this. And we're working with some 1mm foam tape. And we're going to go over the top of here and find the bit that we would like to and layer that down. So here's one already coloured in, already painted. We'll give you a little, can you see that glisten come through from all of the pearlescence? That's what I really love, especially this marble background. Really love that marble effect. I think that's so pretty. Now I wanted to break this up slightly. I didn't want it to be too heavy and I wanted a bit more white to come into this project. So what I've done here is I've taken the same size die that I've used to create the aperture and I've taken the next size up and I've cut them 2 together from some white card, and that's made me a little frame that we're now going to bring in and put over the top there, just to give us that kind of break-up point, that kind of difference. Now there is a larger one as well, so if I had wanted to, I could have gone even bolder, had a more sort of large edge, or maybe I wanted to cut away and show you more of that stamp, we could have done that as well. So this is just a few options in how we can do this, but we're going to take this one in and we'll take the tape off the back of this and we'll build this up. Evening Diane, lovely to have you with us. So don't forget guys, if you would like to win our project that we are making this evening, please let us know what your favourite Christmas present was this year, whether it's funny, silly, sentimental. One I got that I really loved is my sister did us a little photo cube of all of our family members put through on this. It's not like a Rubik's Cube, but that kind of foldy effect. And you fold it in all different ways, a bit like a never-ending card, and it builds different photos. I really like that. That's lovely. That's gone in our glass cabinets because I thought that was really special and very, very lovely. And sometimes it's, wasn't necessarily the most expensive gift in the world, but it certainly had a really sentimental feel to it, and that was much more important. It was a nice gift and a lovely one to receive. So yeah, lots of variations. So whatever your style of gift was that made it your favourite, please let us know and we'll pick one lucky winner. If by instance you was given a Lamborghini, that might make us slightly biased to also winning the cards, because we're a bit jealous, aren't we, Peter?
A
little bit jealous, but no, not at all. We couldn't be biased even if we tried to. So what we're doing now is we're going to take a fan brush and we're going to pick up some of the ink again. So we've mixed in some more water and we're going to bring in the fan brush and we're just going to take this over a piece of white card and we're just going to tap this down to bring out a few speckles, and we're going to kind of build up, the aim here is kind of build up a bit of a confetti style background. So we'll add in a bit of water to the blue. I'm running out of water. Might need to send you for some, sorry. Thank you. There's me thinking I was prepared and I'd got water. No, it's empty. Never mind, we'll make a little bit of a mix. We've got some gold going on here with some blue. So we'll pick that up and we'll do some blue instead. There we go, that's a bit more bold, isn't it? We can see that slightly better. So we'll do some more blue ones. Give you a little bit of a feel of that. Ah, Sharon's was cuddles from her niece. That's a lovely, nephew. That's a lovely present to have, isn't it? That's what Christmas is all about, though, isn't it? It's not necessarily about the Lamborghinis and the posh presents. It's just really lovely to have family time and people you love, isn't it? That's the gift, really. But equally, if somebody would like to buy me a Lamborghini, I wouldn't say no.
Sorry, what did you say?
I was waiting for that, Pete. I didn't think you'd pick up on my request. Pete knows, actually. I wouldn't
want a Lamborghini.
Well, look, I'd never say no to a Lamborghini, Pete. But
you're not getting one.
No, you're not tempted. No, it's worth a try.
One day, you never know.
I think I'm more likely to get a larder. I don't know if they even still make larders. I think we're going back a few donkey's years for a larder, but it's more possibly in budget, actually. Maybe it'll be a larder. But, doesn't matter. So we're just adding some speckles over the top of this. That's kind of nice. This always reminds me of confetti. So again, when we're talking sort of weddings and bits later in the year, maybe, or if we're ahead for that, that might be kind of nice to sort of see these pearlescent dots come into play. So already, if it was Kim that asked, you can see that we can sort of create speckled backgrounds with them, we can paint with them, we can stamp with them, and we can make our marbled backgrounds with them. That's even before we think about, using them over stencils or brushing them over embossed card. Embossed card looks lovely. And actually, while we're in sort of talking about these, and before we go off onto something else, something I will just show you. Let's bring in a couple of bits of card, and I've done this a few times, but it always wows me. So I'll show you this. This is our blue, so sea breeze blue, and we're just going to use this on the white card and the black card, just so you can see the two coming up together. That's our gold. Look at that gold, isn't it? Love the gold. I like a good traditional gold, sort of like an old gold. Nothing wrong with the sort of more brighter golds, but to me, I really love those sort of traditional antique golds. So we'll add down a bit of the purple as well. So that's just 3 of the colours. There is, I could do the black. I'll show you the black. The black here, even on black card, you then get this sort of graphite metallic, which is really lovely. So I'll give you a little close-up of that. So can you see that? And that will dry with that same kind of metally pearlescence that you still receive. I think they're really lovely. But when they catch the light, aren't they glorious? So that's the first 5. We've not done silver, have we? So let's do silver. So again, silver on black, silver on the white. But they're all a winner. You can't really pick between them. So lots and lots of ways that you can play around with these. Oh, Sharon says Milada might be worth a fortune. It's that old. It could be. It could have possibly crossed into sort of antique-esque. Vintage-esque. I know nothing about cars. I can't pretend for a second I do, really, other than I would like a Range Rover. But, you know,
Working your
again,
way through
that's
the
on the
list,
list.
aren't
No. We all know Range Rover is the one. You know, I'll have a Lamborghini if I've got to. But if there's a choice, then it would be a Range Rover. You know, just in case.
So if anyone wants to send you one for your birthday, it would be more than obliging.
I wasn't asking them. I was
Little ribbon
asking
around
you.
it.
I think it, you know.
I'm trying to pass the buck.
Well, I don't know if you're going to get out of it that easily. I don't expect one any time in the next, I don't know, 25 years maybe. Again, maybe if we can get one really sort of run down. But then I think they sort of maintain their value. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I might just have to give up on that as a dream. So okay, you haven't tuned into Top Gear.
Top Gear of
Top Gear. Who would you be?
You had
Hammond?
the Stig last time, didn't you? So
We did have
what
the
was
Stig. I need to find my die. Let's go see if I can find a die. So we're going to cut some flowers out of our speckled background. So for this one, we will use the Cosmos flower set, and we will cut those out just to go on the top here. So we're going to bring in the die. We're going to pop that down onto one of our plates. We're going to add over the top our confetti background, and then we're going to cut that out. Now, of course, with our flower dies, whether we're looking at the Rippled Blooms or we are looking at the Cosmos set, they both have loads of indentations, which gives us that really pretty rippled effect that's going to run through the petals, which just means a lot of the hard work is kind of done for us, to be honest. So we're going to add on our piece of gold mirror card. I'll give you a measurement for this in just a second. I'm conscious that I keep waffling about loads of random things and we're not actually getting a lot done. And we need to give these away to somebody, so I better actually do something. So we'll take these away. So these are our middles, obviously. We'll take that out of the way for the second. We'll give this a little tap, see if we can get those out. Are you die tappers or is it just me? I always tap a die 10 times instead of using the pokey holes. The holes are on them, of course, so you can just bring them out with the holes. But I always tap first, see if I can get out the majority. So then we've got our flowers. I'm going to give you a close-up on these just in case you've not seen them, because this is that rippled detail I was on about that is created when that die cuts for you. So you really don't have to do a lot with these. If you want to shape them, if you want to round them, of course you can do, that's no problem. But really it can be quite simple. For these flowers on this card, I'm going to bring in some tweezers and I'm going to go against each of the rippled lines and just give it a little bit of a twist so that we basically create more of a uppy downy edge to each of our petals. I'm sure that's a technical term, an uppy downy edge. Rippled effect we'll go with. So it creates that sort of detail around them. We would do that to all of the flowers. Now I've already gone ahead for speed and I've got them ready made. So we're going to bring in a couple of flowers and we're going to add them onto this card. So let's give you a measurement before I forget, because I will forget. I know what I'm like. So let's see if we can find a rule. So the actual card blank that we're working on today is 7 inches by 7 inches. We've stepped down for the gold mirror, which of course is going to be 6 3/4 by 6 3/4. And then we're going to take off the 1mm foam tape off of the reverse of this bit. Now where we've double stacked this, we've added that panel to give the stamped piece coming through. I've double stacked my foam tape over this side, excuse me. So it's double the height to make the same level when we add this onto the card. Oh, I should have a white piece of card to go on this card as well, and I don't seem to have it. Have I lost it? Honestly, so underprepared today. We might have to go without it. It's fine, we'll go without it. We'll have a larger gold frame. We'll place that down and then we're going to bring in a couple of these flowers and we're going to go opposites. We're going to do the big one down in this corner and then we're going to bring the little one in and put that up the top here. And that completes our very quick, simple little card playing around with some of those lovely, beautiful inks. As I say, you might not want to do all of it on one card. You might want to sort of just take the techniques and use them individually, but it's kind of lovely to see how much you can do with those inks just in one little play, really. So yeah, very, very simple to work with. Loads we can do with them. You're going to see a lot more inspiration with those throughout this year as the re-inkers and the new pads arrive. Little sneaky there, but we do need to tell them. They need to know that re-inkers are coming. It's not fair to not tell them that we'll have re-inkers. They need to know that re-inkers are
do.
coming.
They do.
I always think that with an ink pad, you know, can't always do it, but when we can, we certainly will. And it's good if you've got that ability, because you can use the re-inkers for lots of things, can't you? But I'm telling you far too much already. You're going to get in so much trouble today. But then you're the one who told me that they should have Sneaky the next release. So
Did I?
you said that we could give them a hint as to what it was.
Maybe. Yeah.
So I imagine I'm not going to give you.
You're the boss.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
We all know you're the boss.
So have we missed any questions?
Yes, a couple. Well,
Go on then.
Fran thought or suggested Matchbox still make cars, didn't they?
Matchbox is about right. That is more our budget. I think Micro Machines might still be about as well. I don't know.
But no, she was asking on a serious note about where she can find your products.
Oh, that's good. We haven't done
Fran
that.
in America?
I don't know if Fran's in America.
Are you in America,
Fran, are you in America?
But
if you're not, would you like to be? Could do that.
She might be. No, she is. Well, she used the word vendors.
Pardon?
Vendor.
Oh,
a vendor is a.
It's amazing the little things you try and
little,
pick out, isn't it, to work out where in the world people
Fran's
are.
in America.
Might be.
California's my. I have no idea.
California. So not only have.
Let's have predictions. Comments, please. Where does Fran live?
where in the world is Fran? Oh, honestly, sorry, Fran.
Sorry.
Let's answer your question sensibly, shall we? Instead of
I bet they really missed us over Christmas.
I bet they didn't miss us. I don't know if I missed us. I bet they didn't miss us. So, Fran, good point. I should have done this already. Thank you. I always forget 20 things. Any stockists who are with us this evening, please feel free to put in the comments that you're here with a link to your website so people know where they can purchase the goodies from, because that's always very important. Fran, if you would like to go onto the website, www.jamierodgerscrafts.com, on there you'll find a stockist list, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you give it a little click, not only do some of our UK stockists send worldwide, if you are in America, California apparently.
She's very much UK.
Is she? Oh, there you go. See, I don't know why we've moved you to America. You might not like that. You might like that. I don't know.
No, she doesn't appeal to her.
Then that's fine. There's loads of UK stockists. For anybody else who's watching who may be in California or anywhere else in the world, then we do have a few international stockists, and we also have a few UK stockists who send anywhere in the world. So it doesn't matter where you are, the products can reach you somewhere. Check out the stockist guide. If you get stuck at any point, let us know and we will help you, or we'll certainly do our best to help you. Any other questions, Pete, while I rabbit on? You said there was a couple, and I felt that was only one, but I might have forgot one because I'm.
Fran did ask if that was an 8x8, but you may have
The card
covered
was
the
a
size.
7x7.
Yeah.
But it could be an 8x8. You could just add more mats and layers to it if you would like to. So, you know, but that one is actually a 7x7.
Quite a few coughs and colds today, so lots of hugs going around.
Sorry, guys. That's the last thing you need, isn't it? Last thing you need is bugs this time of year, but it is quite common, isn't it, to be fair? But just because it's common and the right time of year doesn't actually make us feel any happier about it, does it? So hopefully, though, if you come here with us and you sort of tune into our silliness for an hour, it might at least distract you and give you something else to kind of think about a little bit. I always think that's half of a battle with a cold, isn't it? Is having other bits and bobs going on. So, okay, let's play with our next thing. So, I don't know, did any of you join us on Christmas Eve? Christmas Eve, we did shows on Highlight Crafts. They were very, very popular. And in actual fact, we sold out of our clear texture paste, which was the launch of our clear texture paste. We have got some in stock and our stockists have got it. So if you haven't already got your clear texture paste, it is available. The recommended retail price for the jar is $8.99. It's 150 mils. It's clear, but it doesn't have to be clear. And in our next demo, I thought we'd have a play around and show you what I mean by that, because there's loads we can do with this. So many different techniques you can do with clear texture paste. We covered loads of them on the Highlight Craft shows. We also did quite a few techniques with it on the Thursday night natter just before Christmas that you will find if you scroll back down on the Facebook page, or if you go off to our YouTube channel, you'll find it on there as well. So loads and loads of inspiration. I'm going to do a few little reels covering some of these as well, because not everyone's got time to watch and catch up on bits. So we'll try and bring you some more content with it shortly. But it is an amazing product because it's kind of, to me, it's the base of so many recipes, the base of so many things we can do. So we're going to start off by just digging into this. So they come with a little silver lid on the top. I keep mine because I'd like to feel it's an airtight barrier. In reality, it's probably not, and probably not the end of the world if you don't. But I always think every bit I can do to keep a product fresh is always a good thing. So we're going to hook some out. We're going to put it onto our mat. Where are we? Find it. There we are. So I'm going to take some out and I'll put it onto my little mat here. Now, actually, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to move that over a little bit, and we're going to do a couple of different bits. I'm making this worse instead of better. Let's bring in another mat so that we don't contaminate. Something that hit me earlier, and I feel I was asked this once about a product. I don't think it was this combination, but I was asked a question, and I never did actually find out the answer to it. So I'm going to see if we can do this. Can we take our metallic inks and mix them into our clear texture paste? And if so, what effect would that have? This is literally an unrehearsed thought, but let's have a little play and see what happens. Does it work? Will it work? What will it do? Will it look good? Will it look awful? Let's have a little look. So that is, of course, our sea breeze blue that we're mixing in at the moment. We're not going to make loads of this. That actually looks really lovely. Oh, that does look really good. I'm going to give you a closer look at that just in case you can't see it, but we've still kept our texture. Looks a little bit like we've done the sea.
It's nice, isn't it?
That's gorgeous, isn't it?
Mm.
I've never done that before. So let's have a little try with it, shall we, and see if that works, because I'm not convinced we know for sure how it's going to dry. So we'll have a little play and we'll see. Oh, that looks really lovely. So I can't remember the name of the stencil. Pete, are you going to help me with the name, please? Memory like a sieve.
Floral Burst, I believe.
Is it Floral Burst, or is that the one with the little flowers?
Floral Delight, sorry.
Floral Delight.
Get there in the end.
Oh, it's all right. Christmas-ish, maybe. Have any of you still got your decorations up, or have you taken them down yet? Me and Pete did ours yesterday. They were boxed and back to the cellar. But I feel we were possibly quite early. I had this fear that if I didn't do it soon, they'd still be here in March. And then it'd be like, well, should we just leave them? Maybe we'll just leave them here till next year. So I thought we'll get it done early. But have you taken yours down, or are they still up? Let us know in the comments. So that's our first demo. Now, another thing you're going to find with the suppliers, or stockists, sorry, is that we've done a bundle offer that is available through stockists. And that is that if you purchase the Elite Misters, you will be able to receive the clear texture paste free of charge. So it's a bundle of 6 Elite Misters, the complete collection that we do. They come in Seashell Blue, Heritage Green, Rose Petal Pink, Night Sky Navy, Gladiator Red, and Sunbeam Yellow. So if you buy all 6 of those, you get that completely free. And that's available from the stockists. So have a little look around, because it's a great little bundle to get hold of. And there's a reason why that's a great little bundle to get hold of. And that's because they work together so well. So if we take another little blending mat and we bring in the Sunbeam Yellow and we give that a mist onto here, we can then mix in our clear texture paste to our Sunbeam Yellow and create our very own glossy, shimmery texture paste, really, because you've got the gloss of the clear texture paste and that colour goes into it. That actually looks a bit like a locket. That's beautiful. Thinking of these people with colds and coughs and bits at the moment, doesn't it look a little bit like a locket?
Rich, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. Or honey. Well, I suppose honey is lockets, isn't it, in my world? But yeah, honey, Winnie the Pooh. So we'll bring that in and we'll do a bit of that over the top here as well. We'll actually try and blend those two together just so we can see how we can play between different bits. That's really, really lovely. I love that yellow. I've not done that mix before. I don't know why. I always go to the blues. And on the card that we're actually working towards creating, it's the blues that I've used. But it's really nice actually to show you another colour. So yeah, absolutely a great way to mix. And you don't have to stop here. You could have added in more colours from the Elite Misters. So perhaps you wanted to add in some red and make a lovely orange, for instance. You could have done that. Or if you prefer, you could have added in a different medium, a mica powder, for instance. Or maybe you want to sprinkle in some glitter into that mix as well, so that you've got a sparkly version of it. You know, there's loads we can do with this. It's just a really fun way to play, to be honest. let's take that away and give you a little flash of what we've created. So you can see the metallic ink to the blue, and then you've got the mix of the two in the middle. Well, I actually quite like the mix. And then you've got the sunbeam yellow over to one side as well. So doesn't that look cool? Isn't that lovely? So for the card in question, we were actually using a completely different colour and a completely different stencil, going off in a completely different direction. But that actually, to me, is really lovely because it means you get to see different versions in one go. So this is the clear texture paste, this time mixed with the Night Sky Navy. So just a couple of pumps of the Night Sky Navy, mixed in just like we did the yellow, and then applied through the Formation Butterfly stencil. One of my favourites, that one. Again, so many different techniques we can take that off and create with, but with this one, that's how we're going to end up. So this card is really simple, really quick, very easy to do. I'm just going to clean down my desk because if we are going to send this out to somebody, I don't want the back of the card to be yellow. So we're just going to take away some of that sunbeam yellow and get that out of the way. Nothing worse than adding a fingerprint onto a card, is there, or a smudge when you don't want to, which is rich because I've just seen I've put a blue one on the front, but we're going to cover the one on the front, so nobody will see that, hopefully. So we'll bring in a piece of Night Sky Navy to go over the top of this, and this time let's give us a measurement because it'll be nice to know what size it is. So card-wise is 7 1/4 by 7 1/4. Oh, Pete, I think we're well early. Oh, Fran's still got some decks up since COVID. See, we're not that bad. See, we were quite quick, really. But good on you, Fran. There's no reason why you can't.
I don't know if Fran has or other people have that she's saying.
Oh, some
possibly.
still have. Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's
Don't
true.
know, she might
yeah.
have.
There's a house around the corner from us who's had their decks up now for 2 years. We've lived here and they've still had their decks up, haven't they? Do you know the house
Which
I'm on
one's
about?
that?
Near the
No.
cemetery.
No,
They've
I
got a
haven't seen
porch,
that.
and over the top of the porch, they've got like a
Oh,
sleigh
on the
and
corner,
reindeer.
is that?
Oh, as you walk through the cemetery, if you look over to the
I haven't seen
side,
that.
there's a porch, and they've got a sleigh and reindeer and all lights around it, and it's been there for 2 years.
Oh, over to the right hand side.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what you're on
Yeah.
about now. Yeah, yeah.
So, guess, yeah, not everyone takes
Jamie's
it now.
trips through the cemetery. So
Yeah.
it's en route to our supermarket.
It's
to
en
be
route
fair,
to the
so-
supermarket. Yeah, we don't just go hang out in the cemetery, I promise. That might be a bit weird. But no, it's en route to the supermarket. You go in from our side and come out at Sainsbury's, which is a lovely little place to land up. So on our card, I've added a Night Sky Navy, I've added a sheet of silver mirror card, and then we're going to bring in the panel that we've created with that lovely texture paste combo. Let's have a little look. Wendy's mine are still up till the 5th day after hubby's birthday and the 12th night. Oh, Wendy, that sounds very organised. In our house, it was a case of, well, we've got half hour. Let's see if we can get rid of them. What are you laughing at? That was pretty much the mindset, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was like, we can fit this in.
We've
let's
got
get
5
them
minutes.
gone.
Yeah.
Sheila says hers down on the 27th. Or mustard. Yes, Fran, does look like mustard. Can you store the extra colour mixed paste? Yes, you can, Sheila. If you put it into an airtight container, or even, and I wouldn't overly recommend this, but even if you've got a grip seal bag, I have put some in a grip seal bag and been able to take it out and use it again. But a little container is certainly the best idea. Anything that's airtight, then yeah, make as much as you want and go back to it. Sometimes I genuinely do that because I'll find a colour or a way I really like, and I would prefer, or I make too much, that happens. I don't want to waste it, so I would prefer to store it. So yeah, anything that's airtight should keep it fresh to come back to. No different to where it's stored in your pot originally. Diane, it's supposed to bring you good luck if you leave one Christmas decoration up. Oh, I have a bit of a tinsel wrapped around my hanging light in the dining room for over 20 years. Oh, maybe we need to take some advice on that one, Peter. It's not going to be your elf hat, though.
No, I see that's gone.
That has
That
gone.
was whipped away.
The jingly
Up there
elf
this
hat has
morning.
been hidden. I have got rid of that. Yeah. If any of you tuned into the live before Christmas, Pete had a rather jingly elf hat that he kept jingling constantly. So yeah, that's been hidden. When you see that's back, it means that Christmas
I'm going to
is coming
find
back.
it. I'm going to find what you've done with it.
Gone. Gone.
I'll find it.
You can have it back in June. June.
Okay.
June. We'll have it back in June when we start Christmas round 2. So we'll bring in a central part, and I'm going to use the fluted edge circle, and we're going to place that down. And I haven't pushed too hard on that because I'm not convinced that's the centre. So we'll have a little look in a minute. And we're going to bring in a white circle and add this over the top. These circles are from the sentiment circles. So you've got the plain edge, which comes with the sentiment circle. Then you've got the fluted edge, which comes with the sentiment circle. And the sentiment circle for the fluted edge, Peter, is Happy Christmas.
I'm sorry, I was just reading April's message.
It's either Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas,
Sorry, guys.
I feel. It's all right. It's my fault. I should remember, and I can't. Well, I'll pick on you for a minute. Sorry. Happy or merry?
Sounds like April's in for a bit of a hard time, bless her.
Is she? Oh, no.
Because the weather, yesterday we down to -31 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, my goodness.
3 or 4 inches of ice, or if that's 3/4 of it, and 6 inches of snow.
Oh.
I reckon that's coming here by Sunday in Illinois.
Oh, I'm
not
sorry
good,
to
is
hear
it?
that, April. Keep
Fingers
safe.
crossed everything's...
Yeah, keep safe and
well.
stay warm if you can, and you know, hopefully it passes quickly. Now, in fairness, April might sort of be able to jump in with this one. Some places are set up for weather
They
like
are.
that, aren't they?
We're supposed to be cold this next few days, I think. Here.
The UK, for
But
anyone
we
who
can't
lives here,
handle
will
it.
probably agree with us. The UK, if it snows, that's it. You can't get a loaf of bread for love nor money because we can't. We just don't. We don't have enough of the any weather for enough time to really deal with it, do we? We kind of get little patches of everything, so we don't really cover our bases. But some places are completely prepared for everything. I love watching going off on a tangent, sorry. I love watching random videos and YouTube videos, and there's a guy, I can't remember his name at all actually, who goes and explores different places and uploads videos about them. And there is, I think it's Canada, but I'm probably wrong, it's on a border somewhere, and the whole village lives in one apartment block. And everything is in. Have I shown you that video?
No,
I don't know if I have.
it.
They all live in one, and it just looks, it's not a tower block, it's huge, but they all live in the tower block.
Oh, wow.
And everything is in the tower block, everything you could possibly want, because the weather is so bad at certain times. It's really nice at some points. They have a lot of cruise ships come and visit. So the town this is in, but the town has a name, but it's just that one building. It's literally a town in a building. But some places are set up for it, aren't they? Whatever it may be, hot, cold, whatever, we're not really. So it is with the Merry Christmas, by the way, the fluted edge, and the flat plain edge comes with that one as well. So they're the bits we've used for the central piece. For our corners, and I know I've spoke to you a lot about these before, but I'm going to bring in a set so you can see them. We are going to use the Regal corners for this one. The corner sets all come with an X die. Then you have 4 panel dies that can be cut in or cut out. If you choose to cut the two together like you see here, you will end up with a filigree corner, like the white one on the top here. If you use the X die on its own, it's going to cut the backing plate, which is going to create the back plate to go behind it, and that's what I've done here. So together, it's going to create your white area. The blue area is if you just use the die on its own. These dies can also cut and stay in your cardstock without the X die in place, and then you can use them to make borders and corners and fancy panels and medallions and different bits if you wish to. So loads we can do with those. I know I've chatted to you about those in a lot of different ways, so I'm not going to bore you with them, but tonight we're going to use the Regal corners, and we're going to bring these in and we're going to add them to our 4 corners. Sounds like the basis of a horror story. It does a little bit, doesn't it, Fran? Hopefully it'll not be that bad, hopefully. Scotland is already having problems with no grit on the road. See, France, Scotland, Pete, you'd got her in California. We couldn't be much different, could we? Really, in the grand scheme of things.
I don't know where that came from.
I don't know where that comes from. But no, that's not good, is it? Hopefully they'll soon deal with that and get you some grit. So we'll take our 4 corners. I actually really like these sometimes if you just go for diagonals. You don't have to do all of them, but we'll bring in all of them. We've got all 4, so we'll place them around here. Now I uploaded a reel, which is one of our little mini videos. If you're not down with the lingo, I'm not either. I've got no real idea what they are. But we uploaded a reel the other day showing you how you could cut the backing plates to go with your dies, even if they don't come with them. So for instance, our butterfly dies, I don't know if I've brought them up actually, but if you've got a die and it doesn't come with a separate outside edge, but you would like a separate outside edge, so you want to, okay, this will work. I'll show you with the Christmas tree. So with our Christmas tree, this is all one die, filigree and outside edge. But with the filigree, obviously, you're going to end up with all the holes in the die when it cuts. But if you want to put a solid colour underneath it, if you put down, first of all, the colour that you want cut out as a filigree, so for this instance, our navy, and then the colour that you want to keep complete on top and send it through your machine, it will cut out perfectly from the first one. So you end up with your filigree navy one. But your second sheet of card it's cutting through, it will only indent into it. So it will engrave the details like it has here on our Miri card, and it will cut around the edge, but it will not cut out the middles. The middles will stay solid. So you can then bring the two together, glue them together, and you've then got the silver pieces to go underneath your navy butterfly, for instance. As I say, there is a little video showing you that in action, but I don't want to bore you if you've seen it already. So we'll bring in our butterfly and we're going to add that down into the center. Now, something else you might not have picked up, our butterfly dies are the same design as our butterfly stencils. So we basically build a bit of a family with our butterflies. So there are 3 or 4 butterfly stencils and they all coordinate to the dies that have already been designed. And also, like that oval that I brought in earlier, this was much more recent than when we did our butterfly stencils or our butterfly dies, but the same butterflies are used throughout this design as what come as separate dies so that you can cut and layer them on top of that panel if you want to. Or if you want to use the same butterflies throughout a whole project, everything's going to coordinate. Because I always find it really frustrating if you want to sort of do a multi-page card or a multi-page album or a big project. You don't want to keep using the same design in every area. You want it to sort of be different, but yet you can't always get the coordinating items. So we're trying to build like little mini collections within collections, if that makes sense. They might not come out at the same time, but bits carry on adding and getting released to coincide with that theme. And then we like to add to different things. So like the corners we spoke about, in the release that we'll introduce you to on our next live, that Monday night natter, which is, I believe, the 13th, did we say, Pete?
Yep.
On that one, when we introduce you to our new collection, there are new corners. I'm not going to tell you any more than that, but there are new corners that match in with the same theme as these corners. And by theme, I mean that they match up with a line. They're the same style in which you've got the X die and you've got the main dies. You've got an outside edge die to it. I'm telling you too much already, but there is going to be more corners. So we're building on that library within the next release as well. So that's our next card, showing you another idea. Now, how are we doing for time? I feel like we've been boring these people to death for absolutely hours with our very random ramblings this evening. So I don't want to keep you chatting forever or prisoner forever. But do we have any questions, Pete, before we move on?
No, I don't think so.
No? Good.
No.
Okay, well, not good actually, because I really like your questions. So don't hold back. If you've got questions, then please let us know, because it'd be lovely to help you and sort of chat to you about any answers or questions I can help with. So what I'm going to do actually, before we do any more, is I'm going to bring in a few samples that I don't think you've seen, because I was going through it. I've been tidying up today. I've been trying to get organised, which is famously not happening in this house, but I'm trying. And I wanted to share with you a few different samples. Now, there is a few different bits to mention, and I did mention this earlier, but if you haven't caught it or made very little sense, which is always highly likely, we are doing over on the new group, which is called Created with Jamie Rodgers Crafts. It's your place, if you haven't already become a member, to share with us what you're creating. Might not be what you've created, it might be that you've got a question or you want to ask for inspiration with a certain product, or that you've made one part of it and you want to know what to do with it, or a stock question maybe of when will something be back in stock, or anything along those lines. It's your place to talk to us directly all the time. All of the detail are in there, and they're admins to the page as well, so they will accept your post, they'll answer your post. I'm there, Zoe's there, there's lots of us in there to all help you, and it's your place to create and share with our products. And yesterday we started off our rainbow of inspiration. Every week we will be bringing you a new colour, and we will be asking you to share your creations with that colour. And it's just trying to really make you think outside the box, push us out of our boundaries slightly, because it's like, for me, I can tell you out of our elite card range, pink is the one I use every time, or light blue is the one I use every time. But there's a lovely blue. I'm going to get it so you can see what I mean, because I can't remember the name. There is a lovely blue, and I love this, but I never use it. You could probably count on one hand the amount of cards I have made with this blue. And I don't know why. It's because we all have our favourites that we resonate to, isn't it? And I don't know why I haven't used it very often, but I've only done a couple of bits with it. And this is really your push, my push, our push, to get us looking at colours in different ways. And not only looking at a colour, but maybe bringing in other items all within the same colour and creating ways to use them together. Because as we build our libraries of creations and products and colours, it's kind of nice sometimes to think about putting them all together and seeing what combinations we can create and what ways they can work. And the last card we did was actually a really good example of that, because of obviously that was done really all in our navies, wasn't it? Because we used the night sky navy to create the texture paste, we used the night sky navy to make the corners, to make the panels, to make the butterfly, to make the layers. So very much really this would fit quite nicely within our colour of inspiration. I should have told you, that's why I did it, but I completely forgot. But it would work really nicely for our blue colour of inspiration. And this is what it's all about. So you're going to see the DT, our lovely guys, appearing throughout the weeks. And by weeks, I mean there will be multiple colours coming to you over the weeks and giving you inspiration with those. So I'm going to share with you, I don't know what's been shared already. I don't want to share too much because of that ruins the thunder a little bit. So I'm going to share this one with you. Look at this one. What are you chuckling at over there?
You, I'm in an orange.
Well, I hadn't planned this. I'm trying to remember who's made it. And I can't tell the writing. It's one of them. It's one of them.
Is that Lynn?
I think it is Lynn. Yes, it's Lynn. It's Lynn. Lynn's made this one for us. So Lynn has done this for our pink week. So you're going to have to forget it after today so that I don't get in trouble. But it's nice for you to see that other colours will be coming and get ahead a little bit. But pink is one of the scheduled weeks. And this is what I mean. You can see that she has used our gemstones texture paste to do the flowers, the butterflies and the wording. She's used our piggy pink ink to do the stamping with. And then she has used the rose petal pink to do the misting in the background, and then brought in 2 shades of our pink card for the layers. How cool is that? To see all of those different items all coming together to make a really pretty card. Very, very cool and very, very creative. And that's just one of the little ones to give you a bit of inspiration. I'll share with you my one because I haven't yet shared this. This is my Blue Week card. And this is actually, again, something I did for a reel. This is using the Night Sky Navy of our Elite Misters and mixing it in with our Argentite of our Gemstones texture paste, so our silver glitter basically. Mixing in the blue to create that lovely cool background. And then I've just layered it with our Night Sky Navy Elite cardstock and silver mirror card, but I'll share this as my blue one. So it doesn't have to be all about that one colour. You can bring in other elements if you wish to, but it's kind of like what's the main colour scheme of the card. So to me, it's just a fun thing, and I would genuinely love to see as many of you who can join in with that, because it would be really nice to sort of build a bit of a library. The group's kind of quiet, being honest with you, and it would be really lovely to see more of you sharing your creations with us. I know it's nerve-wracking, genuinely. I find it nerve-wracking sharing my work anywhere. So I get it, and I fully understand. But all I can tell you is it's a lovely group. It's a safe environment for you to share your cards with us. If you've got questions about how you can improve them, or what could you have done differently, or what do we think to this or that, you can ask them. So if you want to treat it as an educational thing and sort of canvas opinions, great. If you don't and you just want to share with us what you've been doing, that's brilliant. But there's no competition. It's not about who's made the best card in the world. It's about inspiring and sharing and taking ideas from each other to improve all of our crafting ability. That's to us what's important. So, sorry, I feel I've missed something. Yes, it will be 7 p.m. I didn't say that, so thank you for asking whoever's asked. Sorry, I missed it. Oh, Angela, I can see, yeah. So it will be 7 p.m, exactly the same. We're just moving to a Monday because on a Thursday we'll be in a car, sorry. Or every other week at least. So yes, Sheila is right. The next one will be 7 p.m. on Monday the 13th. Oh, April, so excited. My package just, so sorry. I'm terrible at reading. Pete hasn't rescued me today and read them. So excited, just my package, and it's the sentiment bundle, the oval dies, and the last collection from Highlight Crafts. That's wonderful. I'm going to have so much fun after this live. It is Christmas all over again. These rippled blooms and the lattice oval are amazing. Such timing, almost hilarious. That's lovely, April. I'm so pleased it's arrived with you. So again, if you like with that, if you want to upload a picture in the group saying that this is your happy mail and it's just arrived, we'd love to see that. It's always really nice to see what other people are purchasing and what you create with it. So it could just be that you're sharing what you've purchased and your excitement that it's arrived. So yeah, feel free to sort of fill the group, fill it as much as you can. It's just lovely to see you all in there and chatting. Any questions I've missed, Pete? Franz asked, what's the name again? Can some post in the chat? Pete might be able to find us a link if he can't, because we're not very good with technology here. I want to get in the face. Do you want to see the face?
No, I don't want
Look
to see
at
the face.
See the face. What face did I get, Peter? Show us the face of fear.
I can't do it again.
You can't do it again. Okay, I won't, mate. You don't panic. But yeah, the face of fear. I'll post a link afterwards. But if you search in the search bar on Facebook, created with Jamie Rodgers Crafts, it will come up. But I'll put a link for you later. So the name of the group, created with Jamie Rodgers Crafts. I might be able to do it from here. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Sorry, we're not very good with technology, are we? Can I do it from here? I can't even find the @ symbol. I need to find an @ symbol. I'm very not good with technology. Oh, here we go. There you go. I've done it. It should appear. So give that a click and it will take you to the group. I can't remember if we've got questions for you to answer. I don't think we've got questions for you to answer. If we have got questions, there won't be anything taxing, I promise. But join the group. It would be lovely to have you in there. So a few more samples before we leave you in peace, just to run through, because I've found these and I don't think I've shared them with you, and it'd be lovely for you to see them. So this one is one done by Sharon. I loved this collection. This was our floral lace collection. There will be more to go with our floral lace collection later this year, and I'm not going to give you any more hints, but there will be more to go with this collection later in the year, and it will certainly help you to have these already. So this is our hot air balloon, here is our banner, and then we've layered it up. This one is done by our lovely Sharon, and she's added a little butterfly on the top there, and I just thought that was really clean, crisp and pretty. I love this purple. Again, purple is a colour I don't often work with. This is our potion purple.
Yep.
Potion purple, not one I work with very often, but really lovely. Another one done here by Sharon, where she's used our hot air balloon again with our little sending hug sentiment and banner, and that lovely stencil. This is the stencil we were using to demo with earlier. Another one here. I love the way Sharon has done these flowers. Aren't these absolutely gorgeous? Can you see those? How pretty are they? And these again are using the floral lace stamps that she has cut out and created. And then you've got that beautiful butterfly down here on the front as well. Very, very pretty. Again, and this is what I love about our design team. Green, not a colour you often see me work with, but really, really pretty. And then monochrome, I do love a monochrome. That is something you would have seen me do, but I love a monochrome. And I really like the way she's spaced these out, created that sort of paneling aspect to it. Lots of mats and layers, very, very pretty. And then this is nice as well, showing you a yellow version of that card, taking it off in a completely more zesty, limey finish to it than the green. And this butterfly is so pretty. The way she's painted that in and heat embossed it, very, very Moorish. Very beautiful. And I love these as well because they're symmetrical shapes. So if you wanted to, you could back them and then sort of make mobiles out of them with our MDF elements or create hangers with them. Lovely, lovely bits you could be doing with these. Another big butterfly on this one, and then using the stencils of the butterflies to do the little delicate stencils, and the scent with love again stamped in with sentiments. Another hot air balloon here coming through with a floral background and our happy birthday, and then of course our decollage rectangles. Another panelled one here with a big butterfly on it, very, very cool. Oh, and then these are two I wanted to share with you that I've done, but lovely cards here by Sharon. Hopefully that's give you a bit of inspiration. And it's also nice to share bits with you from a collection that's been out a little while, because you might already have this and you've possibly just got to the stage you're moving it off your desk. If you are, lots of little bits of inspiration there to put it back on the desk and play around with. So 2 last ones I wanted to share with you. One is one I shared yesterday on our Facebook page. Just if you haven't seen this, it's a recent card I've created with our stamps and our dies, building that one up. And then this is a nice one created mixing our texture paste together. Again, this is a panel I did from a reel when we mixed the black and the gold of the texture paste, the gemstones together. And I've just finished the card off, added a little bow and a sentiment. Very, very simple, but just something to finish that one off. So then, let's pick our winner and leave these lovely people in peace, Peter, because I feel like we've waffled off uncontrollably this evening, and they might want to go and have the rest of their evening. So if we haven't missed any questions, we need that winner, Peter.
We do. Is this my moment?
It is your moment to shine.
Drum roll moment.
I'm not very good at my own, am I? I need a
it's
team.
getting better.
Getting better, is it?
I
Maybe more fingers. Oh, that's a bit better, maybe. I'll practice.
bet they're loving this. We'll get a little orchestra on the go next. God, there's so many comments. I won't keep it anyway. Unrelated to your weather issues, we are going to go with April's comment. I've lost the comment now, but for, April, you need to put it back into the comments. It was quite funny. It's something to do with an oversized thing that a daughter made.
It must be.
As a present, I can't see the old comments. I've tried to look on my phone, but I can't get the old comments back up. But
well, you can't give us a winner. We've not given us an announcement.
I can't get the comment.
And where was
you
April?
thought it was near the beginning of the comments.
Illinois. That's nice.
Yes,
I can't go back that far. You're no good. Okay, well, we'll have to have a little look. So April is our winner. April, can you please send us your address? We'll have these two in the post to you as soon as possible. Did we miss any of our parts? Lace style animals would be fab. That's interesting, Diane. I know nothing. I know nothing.
No.
Quite literally nothing. But I like that idea. That's a very cool idea. I might keep jumping. I'm trying to say goodbye to you all, but I just want to check I haven't missed anything. My whole house is full of butterflies. Oh, I like that. Love the tip about cutting, and then it's gone again. I don't know why my comments are proper playing up tonight. I've gone back too far. This is terrible. You can see how terrible I am with technology. So I'm going to leave you in peace. Congratulations. Of course, I can sign it for you, April. That's no problem. It was a ceramic print of my daughter's foot. Was she happy about this or sad?
I think she
would
put
be
a
happy
lull
about
at the
that.
end. So
I think that's lovely. That would be really
sweet.
sentimental. Might be a bit weird if your daughter's like 35.
Who knows?
But, you know, no judgment. Nice. Okay, April, we'll have them put in the post to you. Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
And we will see you Monday, the 13th of January at 7 p.m, when we will show you the brand new release, the first release for January. There will be 2, but this will be the first release for January. It's rather cool. I think you're going to love it. The DT love it. The samples are amazing, genuinely amazing. So we'll have lots of inspiration to share with you next week. So yeah. Oh yeah. Is it next week? The week after? 13th?
Week after. Week on Monday.
On the 13th. Whenever the 13th is, we'll see you then. Thank you for joining us this evening. Sorry we've been a bit rusty. We'll try not to have time off again. It really hasn't worked well for us, has it?
We're out the swing.
We're usually much more, not saying we're good, but we're much more on the ball than we have been tonight, and I blame me. So very sorry all, and we will see you all next weekish. Next week in a couple of days. I'm going. Have a lovely evening, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you all soon. Bye for now.
Bye for now. Bye.